Acustica Audio is regarded as one of the best analog emulation developers out there. Now, for people like you and me, we just have to trust that statement because I don't own any analog equipment besides a couple of synths. Still, they are well known for that. I've tested some of their plugins and they sound excellent. So now that they have released their first synthesizer, I'm very curious to know how it sounds. Gladly, they got in touch with me, they offered me a free copy of the thing, and I said that I could make a video. Of course, without any strings attached, and they haven't watched this video before it's released. So yeah, today we are checking out Acustica Thing, an emulation of the Jupiter-8. Not only that, I'm also going to make a comparison with other two emulations of the same synth. Now, the most important thing for me is that you give a like to this video. It takes just a second and it makes my day. Thank you so much. Okay, so Acustica Thing has three versions. The bigger one is TH8, the medium one is TH5, and the smaller one is also the free one, which is TH2. For this video, I will be using only TH8 because it's the most complete. Now, it looks like a Jupiter, but of course it has more features like effects. It has two VCOs with cross modulation, a filter with different types you can choose from, which is a very nice addition, an arpeggiator, and two envelopes. Pretty straightforward, but it gets more interesting thanks to features like the super stereo, the sub, and the H. Now, what I like about this kind of synths is that they are straightforward. I mean, you have every parameter on the screen, so you know what you're doing. At the top we have 5 effects: a saturation, an EQ, a chorus, a delay, and a reverb. What I find to be interesting is that the saturation has a lot of different types, and each one sounds very unique. The same for the delay, you can set it to be ping pong, but you have many different types of delays that are emulations of other machines. Finally, the reverb has also very unique types of reverb, including, for instance, a bathroom. Now, special things that you can do with a Jupiter emulation is to play around with the sweep filter, which is very nice. Or to go to the extremely noisy sound thanks to the cross modulation. Channel members and patrons have instant access to presets for Thing and also for many other synthesizers and effects. This synthesizer is powered by MUST, which means Modular Unified Synthesis Technology. It's a fancy way to say that they have their own technology to emulate things. I mean, Arturia also have their own patented technology, and many other great developers do. So, for me, it's not that special, but it's interesting how each of these companies is creating their own technology to emulate these things. Speaking of which, now it's time for the comparison. The one by Arturia, the Jup8V, is also very straightforward at first glance. I mean, we have all the parameters in the screen. The two VCOs, the cross modulation, the filter and the envelopes, and also the arpeggiator. Now for Arturia, instead of the H, you got the voice dispersion and you can set it to custom. Now, you know that Arturia loves to use an advanced tab, and now we have 2 more LFOs and a modulation mixer. Not only that, we have a note and a mode sequencer, letting you create things that are not possible on the original Jupiter. We also have keyboard modulations and 3 slots for effects. The other emulation that we're going to check out is the one by Togu Audio Line. This is a very well-known developer because they have made many free plugins that are excellent. But not only that, many people think that their Juno and of course their Jupiter emulations are the best. Of course, it's a must if we want to compare it with the Acustica one. As with the others, we have all the parameters in the screen, the 2 VCOs, the cross modulation, the filter, envelopes, whatever else. We have a unison with stereo spread, a delay, and a chorus that, by the way, because of the Roman numerals, I think is emulating the one that's on the Juno. The same for Acustica. Now the thing with the TAL emulation is that it's actually 2 Jupiters in one, because as you can see it here at the bottom left, we have the panel selection, lower and upper layers. So we can set it to be dual, and now we have 4 oscillators, 2 filters, the double of everything. Now, so you know which one you like the best, here's a filter sweep. To be honest, I like the 3 a lot. I don't think that the differences are so big that you must buy one over the others. It's just a matter of taste, budget, and everything else. Now, without taking into account any sale, the one by Acustica is the most expensive one, is 229 euros. It's followed by Arturia at $149, and then we have the Jupiter by TAL, which is $89. Thankfully, each one have fully functional trials, so test them out. Now, the only issue that I have with Acustica, not only Synth but also many of their other plugins, is the CPU usage. I know that with updates they have been fixing that. And I also know that their technology is a bit convolution based, and because of that they will use a lot of CPU. But my issue is that the quality of the plugins, even if it's better, is not that much better, so you have to sacrifice your CPU. Especially for bigger projects where you use a lot of different synthesizers, or when you use a lot of different plugins for mixing. But I know this is a discussion that everyone talks about when discussing Acustica, so I'm not going to extend this even further. What I want to know is your opinion on Synth, and also, as this is a new collection of plugins by Acustica, which other emulations of synthesizers you want to see in the future. Thank you so much for watching, I will see you next time, and bye bye!